I had never been in Mr. Nubbs before. It was a dive, but the neon sign said on tap. I sat down at the bar next to an old man. He slowly twirled the ice cubes in his glass.
I've loved her from the day I met her. She's the sweetest lady you can imagine,
he said to me. I looked over at him. He seemed to be held up by his corduroy overcoat. He looked up from the bar into my eyes. He searched me to see if I knew what he was talking about. I looked down at my glass. Who was this guy? This lumpy old man with the probing eyes.
Are you in love, son?
He said. The truth was, I'd come into the bar to try to forget about Karen, about how we broke up yesterday. No, I said.
Oh, that's too bad. Love is the only thing that matters, boy. It's why people go to work. It's why people go on.
He smiled. Yeah, right, I said, blowing the head off my beer.
Now you take Sherry,
he said. Oh, great, he's going to tell me his life story, I thought.
Sherry? Now she's the best thing that ever happened to me. She loves me so much that sometimes I can hardly believe it.
For a second, I looked at him. He was at least 80. He must have been married 40 or 50 years. Karen and I had broken up after 2 years. Must be great to be in love so long, I thought. The old man put his wedding ring on the bar in front of him.
See this ring?
He said.
I remember when she gave me this ring.
He stood before an imaginary altar.
Do you, Sherry Cynthia Eckert, take Walter Scott Mitchell to be your lawfully wedded husband?
He asked.
I do,
he answered himself and put on his ring. Yeah, that's nice, I said, looking up at the mirror behind the bar.
You don't know about love, do you, son?
He asked. I guess not. I looked up at him. After a long silence, he started talking again. For nearly an hour, he told me about their courtship and long marriage. I told him about Karen, about how we met in college and lived together for a year after school. I told him about our cramped one-room apartment on University Avenue, and I told him how it didn't work out, how she left me yesterday. He listened quietly and then looked at his watch.
Oh, look at the time. I better be getting back to Sherry. If I'm out past 10, she gets concerned. I don't like to worry her.
The bartender took his glass and smiled. The old man got up from his stool, placed a tip on the bar.
I'm sorry about your girlfriend, son, but remember, love keeps you going.
He put on his hat, smiled at me, and waved as he walked out the door. Now I sat and stared at the door as the bartender came over and filled my glass. He's amazing, I said as I took the glass. Yeah, the bartender said. I hope I have a love like that when I'm his age, I said. Nah, no you don't. I don't? I asked. Nah, Sherry died 10 years ago. It's her memory that keeps him going. That and the booze. He washed the old man's glass. I downed my beer.